how the heck are ya? Today is a wheels off detail day. As you can tell, the wheels are off the M3, obviously very self-explanatory. Really the point of a wheels off detail is something I do once to twice a year when I live, right now I live in the Midwest, and I don't really drive the M3 in the wintertime. However, there's a lot more junk on the road that gets on the M3 just because of the wintertime. So I think a twice a year recurring wheels off detail is necessary, kind of once in the fall and then once in the spring. These actually are temporary wheels, if you are wondering. These are my buddy Mike's. Go give him a follow. So thankful that he let me borrow these wheels. These are actually his winter wheels, which I was extremely careful to not harm the plasti dip. Extremely gentle, but it's almost impossible. The plasti dip's actually really a thin layer, to be honest with you. So Mike, make sure you do a few coats of plasti dip next time, because I will help you redo them if you want. So I'm going to be doing a foam cannon kind of in this whole area, clean up the brake caliper. I would love to do you know, paint it and coat it with a coating, maybe Carpo Deluxe at some point, but today I don't really have a lot of time. I have enough time to do this, but I don't have enough time to do a coating. But my wheels are going to be refinished, so this will be all cleaned up. I saw this once I took my wheels off to get refinished. I saw how awful the wheel wells look, and I am trying out, since I spent so much money on my wheels, this is a special socket just to make sure that the chance of scratching your wheels are much less. Obviously you have the regular socket in there, and then this is just to protect the wheels. So I'm gonna be using this. Obviously a little plasti dip got on here, but when I do the wheels normally, this will just be an extra step to help protect from scratching. Alright, so we've got some Adams regular car shampoo mixed with all-purpose cleaner just to make sure it gets good clean, along with making sure it does foam up enough. I don't really need much more than that. That's probably almost too much product for all four wheels, but let's see how this thing does. As you can hopefully notice, on a wheels off detail, it's much more thorough. You're going to be spending a few hours, at least probably 2 hours if you're doing it right, doing every single detail, literally being as OCD as possible, because you only do it a few times a year. So now's the time to get those areas that maybe you were lazy about or can't get to before. Key is to get the dirtiest areas first, so the wheels, the exhaust, any engine area, all that stuff is going to get on the car. So now it's going to be a routine maintenance wash. I'm just going to be spraying down the car, foaming the car, washing it as normal. I'll give you a few tips and pointers and kind of my opinion if I think it's warranted, but we're just going to rinse it down first, and then we're going to go straight to foam. So I want to show you guys just how the car is performing. This was actually a few weeks no wash. I was washing other people's cars instead of my own. It kind of sucks sometimes, but the car has Expel on it, but you know, I put a coating on it. It's just doing terrific. I did catch some rain, but you can see, I mean, the water droplets are just sitting right on top, which is really, actually you really want the water droplets to fall off the car, which some of them are running down the car. but we have very, very good repelling, especially when you spray it. You know, there's really not a ton of water on this side panel. So that's the Sea Quartz UK doing its job. So far, so good. I mean, you can see there's still water flying off the car while it's sitting. You know, it's not as extreme as probably it could be, but it's still really good. And you know, for my purposes, the car does get, especially back here, gets pretty dirty, but it's doing a good job. It's doing what I want it to do. All right, so this is probably everyone's favorite part. Take the rinse wand off and put the foam gun on. PF22 foam cannon with our Mosmatic spray gun. Excellent combo. A lot of guys I know use this. Matt Mormon, thank you so much for putting this together. Amazing combo. So we're gonna foam the car with Adam's Ultra Foamy Shampoo, which I will note, I will be doing kind of a more specific test on. It's not worth the money, essentially, is the verdict. It does foam. I think I had really bad water pressure that day and my hose was leaky. So that's why foaming was just horrible that one day. If you guys watched that video, I would just buy the regular Adams. The ultra foaming purple shampoo is just not worth the extra premium. It's a lot more money. So I'm just using regular dilution ratio. I don't really need much more than this. Time to dry the car. Ideally, we don't want to be in the sun. I just did a special feature video featuring my new favorite drying procedure is Geon Silk Dryer. Go check it out. As paired with the drying aid that I'm using is CarPro Ec2O or Eco. I don't know how you say it. I'm kind of embarrassed. Call me out if you want. In a Quasar double spray 1 liter bottle. It's really nothing crazy, but it's changed my whole drying procedure. And it's super effective, leaves no streaks. You can use it on the windows. I used to use CarPro Reload, but not using that anymore. This is so much more easy to work with, and it picks up every single thing you could possibly imagine. And we're just gonna go ahead and dry the full car. You can use one of these towels for a full car if you really wanted to. I wouldn't advise doing that because if you get something in it, you're dragging across the entire car. So I have 2 of these, at least for the M3. It's mostly wrapped, so we're probably okay, even if there's something in the towel. Hopefully the wrap will hold up to any scratches. But we're gonna get to work really quick because it's really sunny. All right guys, quick little step. Time for some air. This is not the most powerful blower or really used in the detailing world at all, but it worked with my batteries and I don't use it a lot. Use it for those very small areas, and I'm gonna show you. It's just really great because as soon as you start driving or as soon as the car moves in any way, water will start dripping. So it's great for the wheels, it's great for any of these intricate areas. As you can, I don't know if you can actually see on camera, but there's some water like between the tail light and this panel right here. So the only way to get that out, besides wiping it right now, but then it's still in there, there's still water in there. So if that's not good enough for you, you can use one of these guys, which is not very expensive. You can really use anything. Ideally, you'd want some like compressed air to focus the air and push more air through it faster. But this works just fine, to be honest with you. that's it. I know, really difficult. I was doing my best to hold the towel just to catch the water right away, just because I did wipe the panel down. I don't want to wipe it down twice if I don't have to. All right, guys, so wheels are clean. I know, so these are plasti dipped. I will be honest with you, they are not mine. My buddy Mike's, as I mentioned. But last step I do is get some CarPro Pearl and just get it on the tires here. This is not going to sling. This is water-based, and you can really dilute it however you want. So really, the more product you use, the shinier they will be. But if you just use kind of a mild to light them out, which I don't think you would need more than that. Not very much product at all, and it goes a long way. So that is all it takes to shine up the tires, just enough to make it look kind of nice and black and new and looking proper. All right, don't forget, use your drying aid or any sort of sealant would work. Wipe out the door jambs, which I normally do. That's why they still look really good, actually. They look really good. Sometimes they get a little dirty in there, but wipe them out, get under here, and then just get on the paint right there. And we're looking good. We're looking good, guys. Come together. All right, so last thing I kind of like to do on this wash is get a damp towel, and this is just going to be for engine dressing. I use CarPro Pearl, and the reason it's damp is just so it's kind of diluted. Just get a little bit on there. I know a lot of you guys use Montgomery's hyper dressing and stuff like that, but I don't really find the need to change it up because CarPro Pearl lasts a while, works on rubber and plastic, and I just really like the look. You know, there's a little water spots that were kind of sitting there. Now it looks nice and black. See, I missed a little dirt back there. Oh, it's aggravating. Add a little more, just because I want this black piece to be blacker. Just that, and it's looking good. All right, engine bay looking good, guys. Plastics are black, everything looks good. Dirt is reduced. Just make sure your oil cap is on properly. I know a lot of you guys, you run with them upside down, and trust me, that is not a good idea. All right, guys, so that is gonna do it for the maintenance wash, really the wheels off maintenance wash. So it's really just the normal wash plus taking the wheels off, engine bay, door sills. If the rear, like by the trunk, has a lot of junk from trees and it's really dark and dirty, you can do that as well. I didn't show it. When I went to the store today, I looked at the trunk and it didn't really seem like it was worth the time. So all this stuff really adds up. So if you can be quicker at certain things, you know, do that, as long as you're not shortchanging yourself, because the only thing you're hurting is just having the car more dirty if you're just being lazy or whatever. So that is really it. I'm so beat, guys. I will link as many products as I can possibly remember in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions. I think we're kind of on the same page at this point. We understand the 2-bucket method. We understand foaming, pressure washing, blowing the water out of the little cracks and crevices, all that fun stuff. You guys, I think you get it. So I don't know what else there is to say besides I'm gonna wrap this thing up, I'm gonna shower, and I'm gonna chill. So thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.